garage are a set of dumbbells. Just the ones for curls and doing those sorts of things. I have every intention of using them, but as you can see, I really don't. Well, I don't yet. I really want to. I want to resolve to doing that, to add that transformation to my life. I'm not talking about a six-pack, beach body sort of transformation, just a healthy transformation. But transformations are hard. And Paul knew that. So let's take a look at something Paul writes to us. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17 through 24, he says this. So I'm telling you this, and I insist on it in the Lord. You shouldn't live your life like the Gentiles anymore. They base their lives on pointless thinking, and they are in the dark in their reasoning. They are disconnected from God's life because of their ignorance and their closed hearts. They are people who lack all sense of right and wrong, and who have turned themselves over to doing whatever feels good and to practicing every sort of corruption along with greed. But you didn't learn that sort of thing from Christ. Since you really listened to him and you were taught how the truth is in Jesus, change the former way of life that was part of the person you once were, corrupted by deceitful desires. Instead, renew the thinking of your mind by the Spirit, and clothe yourself with the new person created according to God's image in justice and true holiness. Paul understands how easy it is to revert back to our old ways. Transforming ourselves is a lot harder than it seems. I think about two different kinds of Christians. Those like me who have been raised as a Christian, have always thought of themselves as a Christian, always identified as a Christian. And then there are those who have come to the Christian faith later in life, maybe raised without a faith and discovered it at some point either in adolescence or adulthood or even later adulthood. And both of those are fine. But one of the things that can happen so easily for those of us who have been raised in the faith is we start to think that everything we have been taught is reflective of the gospel, is reflective of what it means to be a faithful follower of Christ. The truth is, it's not. So often in the world we are taught things that don't make us faithful people of God. Truth is also, sometimes in the church, we're taught things that don't make us faithful people of God. Sometimes in the world, we're taught things that do make us faithful people of God. It goes both ways. But here Paul is acknowledging that in order for us to truly live our lives in a way that is pleasing to God, in a way that is serving others and caring for others and loving others and imitating the love of Christ, in order for us to do that, we have to acknowledge the parts of our lives that we need to transform, that we need to work on, that we need to do differently. For my physical health, I probably need to start doing some exercise. For others, it's maybe going to the doctor or receiving some mental care. Whatever the thing is that you need to do, my hope is that you find the space to do that. Maybe it's joining a small group. Maybe it's returning to worship, either in person or online, and allowing yourselves to ask maybe some challenging questions of yourself and of me. Go for it. But however we seek to transform whatever part of our lives we need to, let us keep our eyes focused on Christ, who we seek to follow. Amen.